update on Brandon if you have one?
Yeah, X-rays, MRI just showed an ankle sprain, and he'll be pretty tender these next couple of days, and we'll just keep monitoring him, day to day as we go this week.
If you can't go, how big of a loss is that, not just from a playing standpoint, but for the leadership that he brings to that line?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a loss for the offensive line, pretty substantial. But yeah, his leadership, obviously, with Anton, there and the communication they've had and the rapport they've had, since the offseason, but if he can't, we're confident. Shatley filled in well, veteran guy, knows the system. We'll do the same thing as far as the communication goes, with Anton and himself. So all the confidence in the world that we'll have the answers there.
Some of the fourth down, short yardage, looking back at it the day after, what stood out on offense especially?
Just our execution, honestly. Nothing out of the ordinary. We knew exactly where they were going to be defensively, and just execution. We were laid off the ball a couple of times with the noise and things like that. So things we can correct and things we can fix, but those are all opportunities. I think when you look at the third and fourth down scenarios that we had in the game, if you would have told me that we'd have been average 3rd and 4 for the entire game, you would be in that 60-70% range of conversion. And so those are things we'll take a look at and we got to fix.
When did you decide to hand the keys over to Press Taylor for play calling, and how do you think he did?
Press and I have been talking about this for 2 years now, and it's something that I've thought a lot about, and it's not an easy decision you without a lot of conversation and just he and I talking about it. But like I said after the game, I mean, he and I have been together now 7 years. We think alike. We kind of know each other. I trust him wholeheartedly. That's why he's my offensive coordinator. He makes good decisions. He's well prepared, and it gives me an opportunity to stay engaged within the game and decision making in the game, and helping out all three phases, a little bit more, and dealing with officials and things like that. So, it's not easy, but at the same time, I felt like this was the right opportunity, and he did a good job. He did a great job for us, and he scored 31 points and come away with a victory in your first one. And listen, this is not his first time to call plays. Don't misunderstand. He did this last year, right? And so, he's had a lot of experience doing this.
Areas where you guys are different at all, guys? Like this goes,
I don't know. I'm not going to give away a lot of secrets because that tips the hat, right, for D coordinators. I'll just tell you that we think alike.
Do you feel on those fourth down calls, is that a group decision, like both of you? Do you decide to go
No,
for it?
that's solely on me. Yeah. And analytics.
Defensively, how did you feel like they responded, especially the young guys?
Our guys?
Yeah.
I thought the defense played well. When I think there was 3 turnover on downs, the 3 turnovers, huge goal line stand there at the end. Good tackling in the back end. I just thought that, and they controlled the line of scrimmage. I just thought that the defense really kind of kept the offense in the football game, right? And that's the way it is sometimes early in the season. It's kind of your defense is sometimes ahead of your offense until you get into a rhythm and into sync. And I thought defensively, Josh, tremendous game, for him to come out of the gates like he did. Was really good to see. Tyson with the big interception. Foye played extremely well. So yeah, it was good for those guys to get off to a fast start.
I think there was one fourth down where the Colts tried to hurry up and maybe do a QB sneak, and the defense just seemed instantly prepared for it. Is that what you kind of see in the second year in the system?
Yeah, and that's a credit to the defensive staff, Mike, and being prepared for those situations, and did an excellent job.
Looking ahead ahead to your next game, how dangerous is it when you're playing a team like the Chiefs that are coming off a loss in week 1?
Well, I don't think not so much that, just who you're playing. It's a different animal now, right? I mean, you have a veteran quarterback versus the rookie who I think played well. Anthony Richardson played well yesterday, and this is a Super Bowl winning team. So, listen, they're obviously well coached. It's a disciplined group, so the challenges are real, and we haven't fared so well against them, especially last year. Obviously, the two losses, but great opportunity for our team. It's a home game. It's here. Looking forward to the challenge, the game plan this week, and getting ourselves and our team ready to go.
I know this is a new season, but is there anything too that this is the third time you play a team in less than a year?
No, I think I'm 0-3 against Coach Reed in my career, so we got to try to work on that.
Zay maybe doesn't get talked about as much as Calvin Christian. What makes him so reliable, and how important is he to what you do?
The reason he's so reliable, number one, the quarterback trusts him. He knows where he's going to be. They spent now, going on 2 years together. Zay is a tremendously hard worker. He's smart. He's an intellectual guy that just understands ball. And he and Trevor have logged a lot of hours, throwing and catching, off to the side and working on different things. And, there's that trust factor, right, with him. And again, not saying he doesn't have trust with other players. It's just referring to Zay, right? And just a great, double move, throw and catch for the touchdown. And then really the late in the game throw that Trevor made to him, just knowing exactly where he was going to be to make that throw. And that's who Zay is.
Tank was in on a couple of turnover, or a part of a couple of turnover plays early in the game. How much trust do you have to have in a rookie to turn back to him late in the fourth quarter and kind of crucial moments?
No different than an offensive coordinator, right? You trust them. You put them out there, and that's how they learn, right? He's not going to grow unless he learns, and sometimes you have to learn through failure and through mistakes and making those errors. And Tank's hard on himself. He's a guy that's going to take this game, the good and the bad. He's going to learn from it, and he'll be better this week for it. So, as a staff, we continue to just we've got to trust him, and we're going to continue to put him back out there, and he'll be better for it.
You said during the offseason that you guys wanted to score about a touchdown or more going into the game, points per game. How much of that is reflected on the defense when they can get turnovers and get you guys the ball back to get in those situations?
Well, that's huge, right? I mean, it started with Jamal's punt return. That was the first one that led to, we're on the 46-yard line, short field, score. And then Tyson's interception, short field, go down to score. So, I mean, there's a correlation there, right? Anytime the defense can create takeaways or the special teams can shorten the field for you, sometimes it's advantage offense. And we've got to do more of that, I know we were, +1 with the turnover ratio yesterday, and offense was able to capitalize on it and make really turn them into touchdowns. Where I look at it too now, the middle 8 of the football game, where we struggled in the 2-minute, we ended up settling for a punt when we were really in field goal range. So that was execution on our part. And then coming out in the third quarter, that's another element of that too, where you can, really score. And those are opportunities that we have to take advantage of.
Your team played good enough to win, but probably not their best football game. As a coach, obviously, you don't want them to be playing their best football this early in the season, right? You want them.
Yeah, it's not it's still a work in progress. I mean, you saw it around the league. I think with offenses and defenses that week one's not going to decide your season at all. How many times have you seen teams jump out 4, 5, 6-0, and then falter in December and January, and you want to be one of the teams that are going the other direction, want to be going up in December and January. So, yeah, it was good to get the win, but overall we've got some corrections to make. We got to get better. Communication has to get better, and we'll work on those this week.
Were you pleased with what you saw from Josh and Trayvon?
I was. There was both those guys played extremely hard and physical, which was great. Josh, we mentioned him with the sacks and being disruptive, and it was a good start for both those guys.
You guys in the secondary had big games. Tyson Campbell, Andre Cisco, just the growth you've seen in a year's time now going into your second year with them.
Yeah, these guys have really settled into their roles. A lot of confidence there, two young players, and just excited to see the continued growth, right, and the continued development with both those guys, and two smart players that work extremely hard in practice during the week. Pride themselves on doing the right thing. It was unfortunate Cisco had the unnecessary roughness penalty, but those are going to happen. But overall, both guys played well, and look forward to the weeks to come.
How important is the home crowd going to be for this game against the Chiefs this week?
I think it's going to be everything. I know it's an early start, but it might be a little bit warm. But we'd love to have a full crowd. It's anytime you start your season at home with the defending Super Bowl champions, it's exciting. It's exciting for us and as a team, and obviously for our fans. And expect a full crowd, and just looking forward to Sunday.
Do you prefer to start the year on the road or at home?
I don't mind the road, quite honestly. I think it keeps your team kind of focused just a little bit on the road. You're in the hotel and all that kind of stuff. And the last 2 years we've done that, on the road, and really feel like we should have done better last year. But I don't mind it. All right, thanks, guys.
Appreciate it, Coach. Thank you.